We actually just got some statistics from the American Cancer Society, and it continues to increase. The difference between 2017 and 2018, it's actually gone up in high school probably about 70%, and in middle school probably about 50% of kids vaping or trying vaping. So some of the statistics are very astounding. And here we are thinking that smoking is actually on the decline, but now vaping is actually on the increase.
Not only focusing on vaping, we're also focusing on tobacco use as a whole and also drug use, because student athletes typically are 50% more likely to be injured because they play a sport, and also because of those injuries be prescribed some sort of medication for pain, and that leads to opioid addiction. And that's also a big epidemic in our area and nationally. So we are kind of taking our campaign a little bit farther than just vaping. We want to really target on three main things that we feel, if we bring awareness, can help change the lives of student athletes all over the country. And the last point I would like to make is that an athlete to us by definition isn't somebody that just plays on a sports team and wears a uniform. We're focusing on anybody that's ever, been an athlete, plays any type of sport, whether it's on a team or just for recreation. And we're not ever turning anyone down. If you're not an athlete, we're not going to say, oh, you can't take our pledge. We want everybody that we can reach to take a pledge of abstinence within our organization to help promote wellness, to help promote awareness. And we welcome all students, whether they're currently or a former athlete, to take that pledge and to kind of use our resources to spread the word and reach as many people as possible.
So how do they take the pledge?
So we have a website that has a link to the pledge itself, and that particular pledge can be reached from any cell phone device, any iPad, any computer. The pledge is very short. They give us a little bit of information, and they pledge their abstinence against vaping, tobacco use, and drugs. That pledge also leads them to what we're trying to push within the local schools, which is if we can get the kids to take the pledge of abstinence, we're going to provide them with what we're calling a swag bag. Each kid that takes that pledge is going to get a t-shirt from Athletes Don't. They're going to get a lanyard to put their keys and carry their stuff around, as well as text and emails with resources and information to help them quit if they already are vaping or juuling or doing any of those things, using drugs, any of that stuff. We have resources for that, but also for them to keep up with education.
What's the website?
It's just athletesdon't.org.
And I guess if a person's a teacher, an athletic director, a coach, and wants to get their school involved, to go there, I guess.
Yes, they can go there. There's actually a link on there for them to partner with us with our contact information. They can send an email to info@athletesdon't.org. And right now, I've had a great success in getting into Stafford County schools. We live in Stafford, and so we decided to roll it out through the Stafford County community. We are currently targeting the high schools within Stafford County, and we've already gotten signed up to roll this out within Stafford County high schools. We're also getting in, hopefully, with the city of Fredericksburg, King George, and then our next move is to Spotsylvania County Schools. So we're really trying to take this through our local community first, and we hope that we'll gain some traction and be able to help kids nationally at some point.
Well, thanks for doing this. This is a great.
Thank you so much.
This is what a great education, if nothing else, for parents and kids.
Yeah, we need partners, we need volunteers, we need as many people as we can on board. We're so excited to partner with HOF. Their resources, their doctors, their nurses. I mean, from a medical standpoint, they are the best partner that we can have because they have way more information and resources than we do just as regular people. So we're excited about that partnership, and we're always looking to broaden that horizon and gain as many partnerships as we can.
So you just came up with this idea, you and your husband decided, let's do something?
So actually, we caught our daughter vaping. She was a high school freshman, and in coming across that, it kind of led us to some research, and we found that across the nation, this is a huge epidemic. Every state is dealing with this problem, and we did a ton of research. A lot of the states have come up with some tools, right? People are trying to fight it and combat it. Locally, we haven't seen anything. We've seen the schools struggling with the epidemic, saying it's out of control. We don't even know what to do and where to start. So we took a collective approach of research, put a bunch of information together, and came up with the idea that we could use our voices and volunteers within the community to try and educate the students about the harmful effects of these things.
So this is really personal for you.
It's very personal for us.
Wow.
And I think there's a sense that vaping is safer, but it still can have nicotine in it. And then as people try these flavored prosthesis, whatever you want to call it, juuling, e-cigarettes, anything, it eventually gets them hooked onto nicotine. And then later on, they end up using cigarettes. So there's some astounding statistics, but they said that if in the American Cancer Society, if people don't try cigarettes or vaping or anything by age 26, it's likely that they'll never do it. But in the middle school and high school, it's becoming so popular that there's a lot more people doing it, trying it, and then eventually getting addicted to it.
And like you say, so many, whether kids or parents, think, oh, it's just vaping.
Correct. And then there's also a higher concentration of nicotine in vaping than there is in cigarettes. So I think that's another thing that helps to lead to the addiction as well.
Heather and Drew Fry, they brought it to me, the Athletes Don't campaign, and I was aware of the issue, but I didn't realize how bad it was. Just seeing the statistics and knowing that it has become an epidemic, I was 100% let's get HOFA on board, let's get this clinical education out, and let's really get the students to understand that this isn't something cool. This is actually going to have long-term severe consequences.
And to have a place like this involved shows that you're not just here treating people. You're also, as far as advocacy goes, you want to let the community know this is an issue.
Yeah, absolutely. Advocacy and prevention. The more you know early on, the better you will be down the road. So absolutely, we just want to get to the youth now before they have to find that they're addicted and then they have to quit. So like Dr. Menicheri said, if they don't smoke before 26 or vape, chances are they won't. So they won't have to quit down the line because they never will pick it up.
And I like the name Athletes Don't, is because athletes are looked up by so many, and to let them know that, hey, it's not cool. I like that's a great name.
Absolutely. So we're hoping that the athletes are sometimes looked upon by their peers. And so we're hoping that if they can, unite together and show that vaping, tobacco use, drug use is, not cool and it's not something that they should do, that everybody else will follow that lead.